Making a mistake is part of the natural human process. You can't avoid that. Let's get to the nitty gritty. How do we let this go? Are you an individual that's still holding on to things from the past and that's holding you back? It's time to let that shit go. It's time to move on and see the better side of life, right? Because how much I remember that it sucked to sit in my little bubble of remembering past mistakes that I had created, because it was my own creations of mistakes that I have created. The number one step is always accountability. If you are an individual that you realize, okay, I haven't been maybe the best of person and it's time for me to change that, okay, that's the accountability right there. Okay, I made my mistakes. I want to move forward from that. How do I move forward from that? I become a better person. How do I become a better person? I slowly begin to change the things that I need to change. It doesn't have to be overnight. Letting go of my past was one of the major things I needed to do to be able to heal. It is very difficult to heal if you're carrying a burden, a backpack full of stones on your back. It's time to slowly take those stones out one by one. You can't fix everything, and it's a part of the learning process. Again, you are a human. What did you think? You were going to be born, be perfect, never make a mistake, never be rude, never stolen, if you've cheated, any sins, any things you've created, it's going to happen, okay? It's not that it has to, but because of upbringings and things like that, certain situations do come about. And sometimes we can get ourselves in sticky situations. And it's not that that one situation has to determine that you're evil versus good, but what you do after. What really makes you who you are is the choice you make after all of that, right? Even if it was a year later and you finally decide, I'm finally taking this accountability and I want to move on and I'm going to heal from this, then that's what you do. Number one step, you have to work on it. Forgive yourself. God always forgives. The universe always forgives, right? It's not about the universe having to forgive you. The universe will forgive you the moment you decide to take those steps to be accountable and work on it. You can't change the past. Everybody tells us, right? And we still wish to do that. And we can't. You can't change the past. You can't change the way people view you in the past. You can't change any of that. They met you at the time they needed to meet you, and that's who you were. And that's what so happened to be. That's okay. Even if those people don't see you the same way anymore, you know who you are now from all the work you've done, from where you're at, the energy work where you've brought yourself. The more you continue to let go and move on, and it's not nobody's job to forgive you, honestly. You really have to be able to forgive yourself. And again, create a environment after that doesn't make you fall back into those cycles. Because if you're just trying to forgive yourself to go do the same thing again, okay, then you're literally not ready, and you're just you're doing the human mistakes over and over and over and again that you're choosing to do. You choose these things. There's no, oh, it wasn't this or it wasn't that. To be accountable for what you've done, to be able to let that go. How can you let something go if you're not being honest with yourself about it and not taking ownership over what has happened? Talking about this is very important. A lot of people hold themselves in the same cycle, doing this loop of over and over and over again, because they don't know how to let go of things. And then they end up doing the same mistakes over and over and over again because they haven't let go. If you know the cycle ends the same way every single time, then just stop, because it's not getting you anywhere, right? It's not doing anything for you. It's not serving an energy to move you forward. It's serving an energy, all right, but not an energy that's going to accelerate your soul and accelerate your ascension process and accelerate your learning lessons here on earth. It's okay that you've made past mistakes. You don't need to carry that with you for the rest of your life. And even if you came across those people that did feel at some point that, well, no, this person was this type of way. Okay, you're right. I was that type of way at some point, but my life has moved on and I've matured. And I'm very sorry that I've maybe wasn't the best of influence in your life. And that's all I can offer to you right now is an apology. But I've moved on from that and I feel great and my life is continuing, and God sees me and he's blessing me through my process because he sees my work as well. It's not about you and that other individual. It really becomes you and you versus you really feeling what can I do to fix me? What can I do to change me? What can I do to make better decisions, bring better karma, create better community? When you're doing anything in those positive aspects, you're working with energy that will see you and will help you. And it takes time. With letting go of your past, it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to let it go immediately, but over time, you will let parts of it go. Before, when I would look back at my past, I would look at things and be like, oh, that's so cringe. Like, why did I do that? But honestly, I'm very grateful for Leslie back then and the confidence she had to say all kinds of nonsense and those things like that. And it's just a being that was ignorant, not as knowledgeable, and it was working with what she had around her. And that's okay. That's okay. And you should treat yourself that way too. Same as I see childhood Leslie, I don't look back at childhood Leslie and I'm like, oh my God, like you were so like, no, I was who I was. That's what helped me become who I am today. That being is amazing and I'm very grateful for her. And I resonate with her every single day. I even resonate with Leslie when I wasn't at my best. I remember those days crying and feeling lonely and feeling defeated, very upset with myself, putting my own interests at first and to see if that would get me somewhere. And it didn't. It got me somewhere, but not somewhere that I was real happy about. And then I had to do all the reverse work to fix it all. I had to do that energy work to fix what I had created. And when I did that and the universe saw me, I was blessed. And I'm very, very grateful for the day that I finally decided like enough was enough and I needed to change my ways. It's not me versus people out there. It's me versus me healing me loving me learning me. And that all brings you closer to God. That all brings you closer to source. That all brings you closer to an understanding. It all brings you closer to ascension. It's a beautiful stepping stone process. You don't have to stay stuck repeating your past. It's not necessary. Past mistakes are there to learn from. Just don't do it again. If you didn't like it, don't do it again. And when you don't do it again, guess what? That's amazing. You are taking those steps towards forgiving yourself because you've learned, I didn't like that mistake and I don't want to do that again. So let me not make those steps again. Learning lessons. Don't beat yourself up over mistakes. We're human. It's like I said, it's going to happen. We all know that. There's no running from mistakes, and you're absolutely amazing. And continue to take all the lessons and actually learn from them. Don't stay ignorant. Don't push, and if you have children, teach them these things, teach them to love themselves, teach them that mistakes happen and it's okay. What can we do better next time, right? And teach that to yourself. If you didn't have a parent that was there for you to teach you that, be that parent for yourself to say, it's okay, babe, it's okay. You made a mistake. Don't do it again. I love you. Let's try again. And we got this, there's always a better chance next time, right? So that's what you got to teach yourself, not only to yourself, but to individuals around you, so we can all continue to heal and continue to create a beautiful community that we all deserve. Everything at the end of the day is energy work. And if you really choose to work with your energy, it will bring you a magical and blessed life. I can promise you that. So continue to keep your eyes on the horizon, continue to move forward, and know that you can forgive yourself. God's been forgiving you since day one. That is what universe does. That is what source does. Source is a loving, loving, beautiful energy that forgives. All universe needs is for you to be accountable. Be accountable. It is so important to be accountable and to own up to your mistakes so you can learn from them and move on, right? So much love to everybody. Keep working on yourselves. It's only going to get better and better. Only beautiful results come from working on yourself. So much love to everybody, and I will talk to you guys real, real soon. Peace.